Hey XP Team USA, this is Pete here. I got my buddy Dan over here. We're at a undisclosed location in upstate New York, and we're gonna try and find some French and Indian War type stuff. So we're on a very old site, and we're gonna give it a shot. Dan's new to the XP. What do you think, Dan? You like it?
Love it. I'm convinced. 23 years using another product. I'm not gonna knock them down. Everybody's got their own thing. XP's got their own thing. I'm following XP.
There we go.
Convinced.
We got a new follower. So I'm here out with him, and then we're gonna see what we can dig out here today.
Big mess, and he got a target about 4 or 5 inches down amongst the iron.
Take note of the black chart.
I mean, Leah, look at
that's
this.
coming out of the ground. You can see black charred areas.
It's pieces of wood and stuff that were probably part of a campfire or something.
Probably a fire pit, and the fish that they caught probably still had the hook in its mouth.
And that's what we got. It's an 18th century fish hook. Like he said, it probably would have been longer down here on this end, but the Deus picked that up out of that hole amongst all this stuff right here that was out of an old campfire pit, we're assuming. Something like that is really cool. $89, $85, $85. I bet that's another musket ball. Well, let's give it a dig and see. That's what it looks like to me. Look at that. How cool is that? Look at that. Anything from the 18th century, I'm going to take. Well, I had just got a very faint signal. I thought maybe it was a nail, but I dug the plug and I got whatever this is. I'm not really sure. Could be some sort of decoration or something. I really don't know. Obviously, it's most likely military. I just don't know what it is. I'll have to ask Dan because he knows more about this stuff than I do. But there's literally, I'm on top of what would have been a fort during the French and Indian War. And I can tell you that there's no modern trash up here whatsoever. So obviously this is probably 18th century, but I'll have to ask Dan and maybe we can identify what it is. All right, so I came over to Dan. Dan's the most knowledgeable man here. So he showed me, and we're going to take a look on his phone. He goes, I know exactly what that is. I can't really get a clear picture.
Probably not.
But it's tell us what it is, Dan, because you know.
Basically what this is it's an officer's issue. It's a fragment off of a neck stock. The neck stock buckles were worn around the neck, and they would have ribbon, either blue or red, French or English, and it would have been very uncomfortable. It was made to make them proper, to keep their heads from going down. The buckle was very painful if you put your head down. It kept you in position, you know, when you were giving orders.
That's awesome. And I found that little baby right on top of that hill over there. You can't see it. It's way up there. But
and this is cast brass.
Cast brass. But definitely 18th century, part of a military officer's
neck stock.
Neck stock. How cool is that? I got a signal, and then Dan said, oh, I got silver, so I guess I have to see what this is. Look at that. Probably a piece of trade silver or something, huh, Dan?
That's what I'm guessing. Trade silver, or maybe even a two-piece button, and it's just mangled.
Yeah, it's real thin.
Real thin, but it's silver.
Definitely silver.
That machine picked that up with ease, about 3.5, 4 inches deep. Not deep.
That's crazy. Crazy!
And it's singing on these machines.
Yeah. Crazy powerful the day. All right, Dan's calling me over. My machine's way down there. Find the Deus. All right. He said he's got something up here. What do you got, Dan?
I think, pretty positive it's a fork, two-tine fork,
Ooh.
Military, and it's deep.
Nice.
I can see the fork sticking up in the air, and the rest of it's down straight.
All right.
About another 4 inches.
Let's give it a look.
Take a look at how deep it is. You can see the fork right there.
Oh yeah, right
Looks
there.
like a root. If you feel it, you can actually feel that it's got two prongs.
I'll let you pull it out.
I'm going to be real careful doing this.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's possible there could be bone handle still on it.
Do what you gotta do. Yeah, and you don't want to take all that stuff off.
That's right. I got it. It's freeing up. Here it comes. It's just, yep, there's a little bit of bone.
A little bit of bone left
Little bit
on
of bone left on it. Looks, how do you like that? I didn't even dig it. I knew I was going to find two-pronged fork.
two-prong colonial.
And there's a
or
piece of
pre-colonial.
brass next to it. See that green? That's still in the hole.
Piece of history right there, guys, at this fort from the French and Indian War.